recently saw a picture from this creator of this cake, and the recipe that they had listed wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I wanted to recreate the look of this cake. So today we are making a chocolate espresso loaf cake with an espresso cake soak, espresso ermine buttercream, and a drizzle of espresso sauce. I just need it.
Cake batter first. I'm using a 4.5 by 8.5 loaf pan, 1 1/4 cup of cake flour, 3/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa powder, 1 cup of dark brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of golden sugar, or just regular white sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of instant espresso powder, and mix all that together until it's well combined. Now I'm going to take 2 eggs in a separate bowl, add in a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and whisk all that together. Add that to my dry ingredients and whisk that all together until the texture looks something like this. I boiled 1 cup of water, and I'm going to slowly pour some of that into the batter, get that all mixed, and then I'll add a little bit more water, mix that up until I'm all done with the water. I use hot water in a chocolate cake so that the cocoa powder will do something called blooming. It basically releases natural oils and gives us a deeper, richer chocolate flavor. And cooker at 350 for 60 to 65 minutes. I found this fabulous espresso ermine buttercream recipe by this creator, Kaylin. Though I did cut her recipe in half. 1/8 cup all-purpose flour, 6 tablespoons dark brown sugar. Combine those and then slowly add in 1/4 cup of whole milk, mixing as we go, and then 1 shot of espresso, mixing as we go. I'm going to throw the pot or pan on a medium heat burner and whisking consistently but slowly. Once it starts to thicken up and stick to the bottom, we're going to start whisking a little bit faster, and we're looking for a consistency that's kind of like pudding, that I'm able to coat the back of the spoon with it. Put that in a little airtight container and let her get to room temperature. Moving right along to the cake soak, we are going to use 1/4 cup of brewed Cafe Bustelo coffee, because that's what I like, 1/4 cup of white sugar, bring that to a boil on medium-high heat, and I'll let it simmer for a few minutes until it starts to thicken just a little bit. Throw her to the side to cool down. We're going to work on our buttercream some more. 1/2 cup of room temperature butter. Whip it in the machine till it's fluffy. We'll uncork that pudding type sauce that we made on the stove earlier, and I'm going to start whipping that into our whipped butter. Now for a nice cake soak, I'm just going to take my little cake, poke a couple little holes in it, and start basting that buddy with the cake soak we made. I'm aiming for like 1 to 2 tablespoons.
And now we get to try her. It's very dense. The flavor of the chocolate cake is pretty great. It feels like a dark chocolate to me. This is our 3rd attempt at making an espresso buttercream. The first couple times I tried it, I did like a powdered sugar buttercream, and this is our first attempt with the ermine buttercream. This is what I've been looking for. All that powdered sugar nonsense, I don't want that in my buttercream. It does some textural stuff I'm not into. There are 2 other recipes I've been thinking about lately. A dark chocolate and blood orange cake. That'd be fabulous. And also I keep seeing a cookie recipe that's a buttered toast cookie. I'm not saying I am gonna bake some more, but if I were, which one of those 2 recipes would you be interested in seeing? Good night. I gotta go.